Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the card book crafter, and I'm in the room today making these cute little purses. Aren't they sweet? I haven't finished decorating. I'm going to put some flowers or something on the front, I think. But when you open it up, inside you've got three little compartments in there that you can put all sorts of goodies in. So a great little gift, especially for a little girl or even for a big girl. And bonus, it uses up a lot of your 6x6 papers, and if like me you've got quite a collection of them and don't always know what to do with them. So to make one of these, and I'll do the decorations afterwards, and you'll probably see it at the picture at the beginning of the video. But to make one of those you need three 6x6 papers, and I choose to have three exactly the same, and that's to make the bits in the middle. That's to make these bits. And then you'll need one sheet for the cover, and I'm going to use this rather nice patterned one, and all this paper comes from a Beautiful Life collection, which I think was in Poundland a few years ago. So you'll need those, plus you'll need another piece of 6x6, and you'll need two strips of 1 inch paper from that, so I can get lots more of these out of this. So let's pop that to one side and I'll show you what we're going to do. So let me start with one of these. Push that to one side. So first thing you're going to do is I'm going to flip it over and work from the back. So I'm just going to fold it. Well, I'm not going to fold it. I'm just going to push it so that the ends line up. So this end and this end line up. Now normally you'd crease that, but I don't want to crease, so I'm just going to pinch. I need to find the halfway mark, so I'm pinching both sides like that. So I've got my halfway marks there. I've got a pen, so I'll just make the mark so that you can see. Okay, let me pop that light on. I just realised I haven't got my big light. Oh, I have got my big light on. Oh, it's not as bright as normal for some reason. Maybe it's because it's a little bit dark outside. Anyway, so now I've got those 2 points. I can see where the halfway is, and all I'm going to do is bring and fold across, meeting that halfway like that. I've got my bone fold, so I'm going to crease that, turn it round and do the same the other way like that. You can have them as join if you want. I just put it back just ever so slightly and then crease that down. You're then going to open it up, get rid of that little bit there. You're going to open it up and turn it. So there's my two creases. I'm turning it and I'm opening it up like that. Then I'm going to flip it over, and from this side I'm going to fold it in half, and this time I am going to give it a good fold with my bone folder, so we've got the halfway mark there. Now I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. You can do this freehand if you want, but I don't trust myself to do this freehand. And what you're going to do then is, let me get that out, is I'm going to score this at 3/8 of an inch. So just all the way down, making sure that I'm doing it on the folded edge. Okay, let's pop that back in. So score at 3/4 of an inch like that. If you trust yourself to do it freehand, then do it. It doesn't have to be exact, but what you want to make sure is that this width is the same on all three of these that you're going to do. So when you fold all three of these, you want to make sure that that's around about the same mark. So fold that over, give that a good fold, open it up and then fold it back the other way so that we've got the paper trained both sides. Okay, once you've done that, and with this end, you're then going to find your crease. So let me pop that on here. So this is my crease there. It's not a very good line, but and I'll do the same this side so that you can see. That's a better line, isn't it? Perhaps I should have done it like that. There we go. So once you've got your found your creases there, you're going to fold this corner up to make a triangle in this corner, and you're going to include this folded bit. So bring that all the way up like that. Line it up with this crease mark here. Let's take it all a bit further. Line it up with there, but don't go over. And then crease it down. Do exactly the same on this side. So I like to put my my nail just on the corner there where that crease is. Bring it up, line it up with that edge like that, and again use your bone folder, crease it down. Fold these back and then crease it the other way. This just helps a little bit with the folds later on. So on exactly the same crease, just bring it back the other way, following that crease, push it in, bring it back. Okay, and when you got to there, you're going to open it up again completely. So open it up like that. Now this is when you can bring in your glue, and I will use glue on this one today, but I don't always use my glue. So now what you're going to do is bring it in like it's a bit of a box. So bring those two in, and these two, these triangle creases should quite naturally fall like that. So you get that. I'm going to use my glue. Again, you don't have to. It's just to help me with the video. Don't always do it. So there we go. So I've glued those two pieces down. So just on these top corners, don't glue down here because that will interfere with the mechanism in a minute. So once those are glued down, and I'm going to use my bone folder just to push the glue into the paper. Once those are glued down, bring this up to sit as if it's a box. Then what we want to do is we want to fold this piece into there. And the easiest way to do that is to get your bone folder and then just crease using the paper as a guide. Just crease, just use your bone folder to draw a line there. That just helps with the fibres. When you roll it down, I always hold it away from me like that, and then roll it down like that. And then because you've done a little crease using your bone folder, it kind of naturally goes in there. So once you're happy with where it is, reinforce that that crease line. You can, if you want, open it up and put a little bit of glue on there, which will then hold it in there like that. Let's get the bone folder on there again. There we go. And now we're going to do the other, we're going to do exactly the same the other side. So bring your together, and the reason we folded backwards and forwards on those triangular lines was because then it makes it much easier when you bring them together, because it naturally follows that line. Okay, so again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on both sides just to hold it while I'm making the video. And this side, there, like that. And you end up with that sort of little box like that. But we still need to tuck this bit in. And again, you can get your bone folder and follow that crease. Just bring it across a couple of times just to break up the fibres in your papers. And then this time you're going to tuck this inside the box. What you're making is a little bit of a fold up box. So tuck that in, and I roll it down like that, making sure that when you are happy that it's all level with there and on this side, that you pinch your papers in place. Hopefully that crease mark will have helped. Get your bone folder and again go inside there and crease that down. So now you've got a very narrow, thin little box. I'm going to bring that back up, and I'm going to put a little bob of glue on both sides, the same as I did with the other one. It's only a tiny little bit, not being exact, just chucking some down just to hold it in there. And again, I'll use my bone folder just to push the glue into the papers like that. So you've got your little box. Okay, let me pop the, no, I will need this again, so I was going to pop the lid on, but I won't. Now then, that little crease that we did at 3/8 of an inch has now created this little gusset all the way around our little thin box. So what we want to do now is push down here. So it should want to go. Sometimes you do have to push the sides back. That's why sometimes I use a little bob of glue just to hold it back. But obviously it's not grabbed just yet. So just push that down and it will start to create that V. And then while you're pushing this side down, push the bottom as well. And you create, so there's a little V there. You should see a little V. I will draw it on. You should see a little V that came from our triangle fold earlier. And that will create that little fold like that. Okay, so that's one end. So we're going to pinch that together. And we're going to do exactly the same this end. Just get your finger in there. Make sure everything's nice and tidy out the way. Push down on this side while pushing down on this side as well. And again, you can see those two V's starting to form again. Just push it and there you go. It goes like that. And then we'll just pinch it closed like that. And use our bone folder to do that. So now we've got these little pockets. And you'll do that with all three of your base papers. And to save time, I've already done these two. So next step is I'm going to take my glue, making sure that they're all the same way. I'm going to glue them together. Again, I'm not being too fussy with them because we want a little bit of give and take in them. Just make sure that they're facing the right way when you glue them together. So there's two. Let's do the third one. Just a little bit of glue. I mean, if you want to, you know, take the time and use a spatula or something to go all the way over, you can. So join those all up. Make sure they're all lined up, especially on the edges and the depth. And then just pop them to one side to dry. I'm going to get my bone folder and just reinforce those creases and push the glue into the papers. So there's those. That's the inside of my little purse. So that's the inside. Okay. While they're there drying, I'm going to bring in these two 1-inch pieces. So I'll grab my scoreboard again. It's handy having this little one. Flip it over so I've got the white side up, or the pattern side. So the pattern I want to use is down. And then all I'm going to do is score it. I score it at half and then go back in and score at 3/4 and at 1/4. So that one's done. Let's flip this one over and do this one. So score at a half, score at 1/4, oops, 1/4, and score at 3/4. So I've now got 1/4 of an inch between all three. Let's pop that to one side out the way. And what we're going to do now is, and the easiest way I know to do this is to fold it in half along that 1/2 inch, then open it up and then fold the 1/4 inch in to the middle and then fold the other 1/4 inch in to the middle like that. Let's roll that a little bit over. It's a little bit fiddly because you are working in 1/4 inches, but there you go. And once you've done that, you'll fold it up again. Oh, ice cream van's out. I don't think I'll bother at the prices that they're charging at the moment from the ice cream van, although it is a nice treat when you're out. Right, okay, so that's that done. I'm going to run a bob of glue in the middle just to hold that all together. So just do that, and we'll pop that to one side to dry. I'm going to do exactly the same with this one, so I'm going to fold it in half along that 1/2 inch mark. Then I'm going to bring in the 1/4 inch in like that. Do the other side, so we've got the other 1/4 inch coming in like that, and then fold it at the 1/2 inch. That's gone slightly wider than I thought it would. Let's bring it back a little bit. There we go. If I can get it to touch rather than to overlap, that's even better. Then fold that in half, so we've got another nice thin strip. Like that. There we go. Sometimes they take a little bit of fiddling because, as I said, you are working in 1/4 inch increments on these. So once you've done that, again, just get your glue and run a line of glue down there and pinch together. Okay, so those are those two done, and we'll leave them to dry. Oh, that one's opened up a little bit, so let's do that. That one again. There we go. So hopefully those will dry quite quickly in this heat. Then you're going to bring out your pattern paper. So this is going to be the cover of my little purse. So again, all we need to do is put the lid over that. I don't want it drying up. So this time what we want to do again is fold it in half like that and crease that nice and evenly. Let's open that up a little bit, and we're going to bring this in again, but we're not going to go all the way to the middle. So go close, but not all the way. So we want a slight overlap like that, and then crease. And then exactly the same on this side. Bring it into the middle, but not all the way. You don't want to buff it up like that. You want a slight gap like that. And this means that your pockets will fit nicely into your purse. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to get my glue, and this time I'm going to run a line of glue down there, a little bit in the middle, not a lot. I'm not going overboard with this. A line of glue sort of along the edge and a little bit in the middle like that. Okay, pop that there, and again use your bone folder to push the glue into your paper. Okay, and once you've done that, you're going to bring in your little pockets, and these are then going to glue down onto there. So using my glue and the open end, put the open end so that it's towards this, so that all my closed ends are there, so they will be in the middle. Lay that down onto your papers. Let me show you what I mean. So you've laid it down so there's a nice join there like that. And let's push that glue into my papers. There we go. Now this end I'm going to fold in like that, but I'm not going to go all the way to the middle. I want to make a nice sort of purse look. So bring this side in as well. Try and get them as even as you can, like that. And then before your glue dries, open it up. Oh, a bit too late on that. Open it up and tuck it in like that. And the same this side. Perhaps I shouldn't have glued them quite so enthusiastically in the middle bit. So tuck that in. There we go. Tuck that in like that. And then I will put a little bob of glue on there just to hold that down. Okay, and pop that. It's quite warm in the room today, so that's glued really quickly. Wasn't expecting that to glue so quickly. Okay, so you've got that, and then you're just going to roll over tiny little bit. In fact, I'm going to use my scoreboard, I think. Let's pop it up there, and I'm going to score it at 1/4 of an inch. So where's my 1/4 of an inch? There it is, because we only want to hide that raw edge there. I'm going to fold that over like that, so from the outside you haven't got that nasty raw edge. Well, neighbours are out cutting the garden by the sounds of it, if you can hear it. So we now have our open end here, and we're just going to roll it over and bring this down so that we've sort of got a little bit of an idea of where our purse is going. I'm going to have a little bit of a pinch there, nothing too much. So there we are, nearly done. So the next bit is to fit in one of our strips across the middle there so that we can tuck the purse in. So if you look on this one, there's the strip, and you just tuck that in like that, and it holds it all together. So I'm just going to eye it so that I've gone across there, and I've got a little bit either side, and I'm just going to snip a bit off like that, and I can discard that little bit. It's finger fold there so that we've got that, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue either side like that, and I'm going to tuck it into the crease here. If I can get it behind there, I will. See if it'll go. No, I'll pop it on there then. So it's just in that little crease there. And let's pinch that together. Bring this over. I've got some glue on there already, so we'll pop a little bit, we'll pop it in there as well. So we've got a little bit of a pinch, so hopefully you can see. I've got some paper, look. So there it is. Okay, so once we've got that, let's straighten that up a little bit. There we go. So once we've got that, we can then tuck in the lip of the purse. But before we do that, we want to put on a little handle. So this is what we're going to use, the other one. So let's take that out. And then using your bone folder, just sort of create a little bit of a curl on your paper. So, and hopefully it's dry by now, so it should go nicely and nice and easily with a little sort of curl like that. and then decide whether you want a long handle or a short. So if I pop that in there and that in there, so depending on how long you want it, so if you want a nice short handle, you can go to there. If you want a longer handle, you can bring it out a bit like that. What I tend to do with these is bring in my scoreboard and score it just ever so quickly at 3/4 of an inch, which is the length I like, and it gives me that length. And then fold that over. Where's my 3/4 gone? There it is. Fold that over and then do the same on the other end. So let's pop that back down. Let's score at 3/4 of an inch. And if you prefer a longer handle, you can go 1/2 an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Perhaps 1/4 of an inch is a bit too short, but certainly 1/2 an inch would work really well. Or if you wanted, you could go to an inch or more. Okay, once that's scored, so you've got those two like that, those then now are going to go at the top here on your little purse. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the inside of that fold, a little bit there. If you wanted to use tape or a tape runner, that would work just as well. A little bit of glue either side. Let's bring that down so I know roughly where my little purse is going to be, and that's where I'm going to pop that. Let's bring that on the same on the other side, so they're roughly about equal on there. Pinch them together like that, and then that folds in like that. Let's pinch those again just to hold them in place, and there is your little purse. Isn't that cute? That is such a cute little thing, I think. And you can use any papers you want, and as a bonus it takes 4 of your 6x6 papers to make. And oh, nearly forgot, we've got to glue the back on. So let me do that now before the end of the video. Anyway, if you're enjoying the videos, please like and subscribe. Love it if you left me a comment in the comments box below. And yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Let's see what else we can make next time. Let's just pinch those again. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. And I think I'm going to make some more of these. I think the granddaughters will like those. I think they are very cute, and I might even put some little refreshers or something in there for them. Anyway, speak to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.